As you know, right now, life is very chaotic and kind of all over the place, and it feels a little insane. But I will do another life update here soon. We got lots to talk about here. And we're going to talk about that soon. But I wanted to kind of touch base a little bit on the weekly reset routine because it's so important. The weekly reset routine is one of my favorites. It's pivotal to me. But it also has looked very different now that we don't have a house and not really like a consistent place that we're living. So it's not exactly what it used to be. All right. And if you're someone who struggles with feeling overwhelmed or unprepared going into a new week, this is my game-changing routine. And here's the greatest part. You can do it even when you're not in a space that you're used to. Okay? So you guys know we sold the house. We're on the move right now. We're bopping around all over the place. We've been international. We've been all over the country. And still I do this weekly reset routine because it creates simple and intentional steps that I take. Usually I do this on Fridays. Okay. My weekly reset is on Fridays. Mostly because that helps me detach during the weekend. Some people like to do it on Sundays. To me, that's a little too close to comfort. I don't want to know what I'm walking into on Monday the day before. Like, I want a little bit of time to prepare mentally because usually I have lots of meetings on Mondays. I've got lots to do. So my weekly reset happens on Fridays, but you choose when you want it. And this is going to help you set your mindset, plan ahead, and really be successful. Okay. So if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, we did how to plan your most productive week. Okay. That to me, that is really, really good because that sets me up mentally and it helps me plan. Okay. This is not necessarily planning. Now, don't get me wrong. The planning, the priorities that I plan and stuff like that, that is huge. And that's part of this routine, but that is not all that this routine is. Okay. This is how I reset. All right. Because after a week, your girl is tired. And there is an element of pausing and reflecting that is required to continue moving at a high speed, in which I thrive in. Okay. If I spent all of my time moving forward and never stopping to be like, wow, am I still moving in the right direction? Or, wow, let's celebrate. Let's pause and celebrate where we are right now. Life would be a lot more bland and it would be a lot more chaotic and all of the things that aren't great. Okay. And it helps me prevent burnout a lot when I reset and helps with the mental clarity. And here's the big kicker. Ready? When you reset after a week, not only are you prepping for the new week, but it helps you switch from being reactive to everything going on around you to proactive. Okay. So when I'm reactive, that means things are coming at me all the time. And I'm just kind of like, I like to think of it like a ninja, kind of like, ha, ha, ha. Like I'm being attacked and I'm just blocking everything, just blocking. Okay. But when I switch to being proactive, I'm moving in the direction I want. And I feel like that feels more like a marathon. Okay. Like I'm going forward. I'm not worried about all the things that I'm passing. I'm not worried about all the things. I guess maybe people hate me in this marathon situation because people are throwing tomatoes at me, whatever. This is such a weird analogy. I'm so sorry, but I hope you're tracking with me. Where when I'm reactive, I have to stay stuck in one place because I can't move forward. But when I'm proactive, I get to just keep moving forward because I've already done all of the stuff that I need to get over my obstacles. Okay. So, my step by step weekly reset routine, no matter where you are, I love to do a little what's stressing me out versus what's giving me energy right now. Just a quick check in. I will sometimes write down my answers. Most of the time, though, I just like sit there for a second. I'm like, okay, why am I stressed right now? And I give myself 90 seconds. Sometimes I'll put it on the clock. Sometimes I just estimate. I give myself 90 seconds to feel all of the feelings that are in me right now and try to really understand where they're coming from. In the beginning, when I first started this practice, it was a lot harder because I felt like I had to get to the root of things that I hadn't already, or kind of learn a little bit more about why I was reacting certain ways. Now that I do this every single week, your girl can go a little bit faster and I really only need 90 seconds to be like, okay, why am I stressed? Okay, wow, I had a conversation this week and that was really hard. That was a hard conversation and I don't know if I like where that landed. Why don't I like that? Is it people pleasing? Did I say something wrong? Do I need to clarify something in the conversation? Whatever it is. And I can be like, okay, that's what was stressing me out. Or it was anticipation for something that's coming up that's stressing me out. What's giving me energy? what is feeding my soul this week? What are things that I just feel really good about, that I'm excited about? What's like really just lighting the fire beneath me and helping me move forward? So I just take like literally less than like 3 minutes. It's like 3 minutes between the two. And I'm like, okay, now that we've got that situated, I know what I need to either fix from the week or keep moving on from the week. Okay. So what I need to kill and what I need to grow. I know what those two things are now. And every single week, there usually is something. Like I handle a conversation poorly and I need to grow in a certain area. Or, you know what, I'm stressed about this budget item. So I need to figure out, okay, maybe I haven't spent enough time really thinking about this problem and actually solving it, whatever it is. Next, decluttering my space. Okay, so this is interesting because not having a home for the last month has been a little chaotic. Like we've been all over. We've been staying with Matt's parents. We've stayed with my parents. We've been overseas. We've just been all over the place. I've been all over the country this past week. It's just been a lot. Okay. And because of that, this is something that I think would be really easy to fall through the cracks of tidying up your space. But here's the thing, your space does not necessarily mean your home. Your space does not necessarily mean like your apartment or your dorm room or whatever it is. Okay. Your space is just whatever you're occupying at that time. So when I'm staying with my in-laws, that was the guest room. When I'm staying with my parents, that was the guest room. When I'm staying overseas, that was the hotel room. And before I can step into, honestly, I'm going to say this one, when I'm traveling as often as I am right now, it's more of like a daily thing for me to reset the space because I have to have the clarity of waking up and knowing where things are. There's no questioning, there's no searching, there's no decision fatigue. I'm so anti-decision fatigue. Like I hate getting exhausted by decisions that should have been made and can be batch made. Like, yes, I'm a batch decision maker. The same way I'm a batch email and text responder. I will respond in email to emails and texts in the morning and in the evening, and I will do it all at the same time. If messages come in, unless it's something that demands a response right then and there or a conversation that's happening right then and there, I don't respond to it. I wait until I'm batch handling the projects. Like I literally do that. So same with like tidying up my workspace or whatever area I'm living in at that time. I do that mostly daily, but there is for sure a weekly one where I'm making sure that, especially when I'm staying in guest rooms, I'm making sure all of the towels have been reset, I'm doing laundry, I'm handling these things that need to happen every single week. And that is so helpful to me personally because no matter what, I'm in a space and that space needs to stay tidy, organized, and ready to serve me because that's ultimately what it's there for. It's not for me to, start feeling like I'm drowning in all of this chaos around me, but rather it's to serve me and to be something that I can be consistent in. Okay. So then part of this weekly reset is that planning routine. I don't want to go too into detail because we did talk about that a couple weeks ago. If you're interested, it's how to plan a productive week. It was recorded like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think. And it's a great episode, super helpful, really, really great tips on how to plan forward. And that's part of it. Planning your priorities, planning your workouts, planning your trip, all of that. That's really good. Next, in this weekly reset routine, I have a very long self-care day. Okay. Well, I guess I shouldn't call it a day, but it is extensive. So once a week, I know that there is a time that I'm spending extensive amount of time doing self-care. So in the summer, I'm, shaving every time I shower, 100%. Your girl loves her smooth legs. But once a week, everything is a little bit more thought out, a little bit more intentional. I'm going to redo my nails or at least fix the nails that are maybe broken, make sure my pedicure is like still polished nicely. I'm going to make sure my eyebrows look good. I'm going to make sure that my skin is getting a mask and the full treatment, usually a 30-minute red light mask. And then also I use a little infrared wand zapper thing. I feel like there's a better name for it. But anyways, if you've seen when I talked about this a lot when I was on my how I cleared my skin journey episode. But anyways, all of that to say, it's a little bit longer. There's face masks, there's nail polishes, there's all of this stuff. And it's just making sure that I am staying low maintenance throughout the week by being high maintenance that one day. Ideally, in an ideal world, I would, be getting a lash lift and I would be getting a spray tan. Your girl doesn't A, have time for that, or B, the budget for that. So I will maybe, depending on the time of year, do a self tan. I use like the Tanology drops. I don't put self tanner on my face though. So it only goes on my body. And then I just try really hard to make it not look weird because I don't really do like a ton of tanning. I just like kind of tone out a little bit of like my skin. I don't know. I'm very pale. So a little bit goes a long way for me. Anyways, and I love this set. Oh, whiten my teeth. That's a big one. I do a lip mask. It's just a full self-care time. And I know every single week I have one day, one evening carved out for this self-care time. And I love it. It helps me reset so nicely. And it is really, really good. Next, the digital detox part of this. I've gotten out of this habit couple weeks ago and I recently brought it back and it has been so healthy. During this time, my reset day, so the day that I'm planning everything out, the day that I am doing my self-care, the day that I'm doing these check-ins and decluttering, I am also choosing to do a digital detox in terms of social media. So taking a day off of social media is really hard for me because my brand is on there, but I found that I was actually using that as like a crutch, an excuse, like, oh, can't take a day off of social media because it's my job. And while there's like a little bit of truth to that, genuinely, there are days that I don't post on social media. And guess what? My brand's still there. So there's really no reason why that should be the reason that I can't take a day off from scrolling. Like that's insane. And it also just helps so much. So I will take the day, or if I can, or at least a half day, whatever hours I'm doing my reset on, and there is no social media. I love this so much because it is part of my job personally, but also if you're just someone that naturally likes to scroll, so helpful. So helpful. Erase that. Get rid of it, okay? And then the other thing that I do, and this goes before the self-care part, so I probably should have said this first, is I will do like a really intense workout. I find that the really intense workouts on my reset day, I feel so good after. So my hardest workout is going to be on my reset day because there's a little bit more freedom in the day for me because I'm off of work. So I work 4-day work weeks. I don't work on Fridays, which is just the biggest blessing. So I love this, okay? I will do my check-in, I'll do all my planning, and then I will declutter my space, and then I literally will go do a super intense workout, like strength training. I'll train for like an hour, okay? And most of my workouts are like 30 minutes max. Those are my workouts throughout the week. I don't work out for usually more than 30 minutes because it just is too much for me and I've got too much to do. I will go work out for an hour. I'll do some I will make sure all my steps are hit. I will go do a nice workout. And guess what? You can work out anywhere. You can because there's YouTube videos. There's the Fit On app. If you're at a hotel, you more than likely have a gym. Like your workout can happen anywhere. So all of this goes with you. You don't have to have a space or have a consistency in your environment to still show up and do this. Take some time off of social media, do your check-in, at least mentally. Set your space up for success for the next week, plan out the next week for priorities, and literally just have some self-care time. No matter what, you probably have access to a shower. More than likely you have access to a shower or dry shampoo, something, you know what I mean? Something that makes you feel like you're taking care of your physical well-being and showing up for yourself to the best of your ability. Some sort of workout. It's really, really helpful. So I highly suggest this. This is really, really good for just like overall life. You can romanticize this too if you want. You can light some candles, you can play some music, make a cup of your favorite tea or a cup of coffee or whatever while you're going through this routine. And don't get me wrong, adapt this as you need. There are times where I will do this routine on Saturdays. There are times when it happens on Sundays. Sometimes it happens on Thursday because I'm gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But having a weekly time to show up for yourself, I highly suggest it, okay? So this is my weekly reset routine, and I hope that this helps. Even if it's just one small step that you take out of this, I really do think you'll notice a massive shift in your own perspective. And remember that abundance does start with intention and rest. So yeah, Anyways, highly suggest plan it out this week. Plan out what your reset routine is going to be, how long it's going to be, what all you want to do in it, and carve it out so that way you actually show up and do it for yourself. Okay. So I am so excited for you, and I hope that this is literally the most productive, restful, peaceful, happy, joyful week of your life. Okay. I'm literally praying that over you.